Here we are, another Friday night live, May 31st, 2024. And beautiful, exciting times, crazy, evil times, all intertwined. And what more can we say? We know the main culprit of the actions of mankind. We know what it is. It's not like it's something new anymore. You know, we're here on the last day of May, entering June to the season change for summer, winter in the southern hemisphere, if that's the way it is. But as I was saying, mankind, we know why we see so much evil around the planet. Mankind, we are all living cesspools. And anybody who's done any levels of master fasting finds out the reality of that statement very quickly. We all carry that 4 or 5 gallons of mucoid plaque, or whatever you want to call it. The nose knows when the stuff starts coming out. And oh boy, people are in denial. It's psyllium, it's this, it's that. Okay. When it hits your nostrils, it makes itself known very clearly. Hey, John, Marco, very clearly when that stuff starts coming out from our lifetime of emotions, mental and physical obstructions, all built up, especially those of us who are on the worst of the worst is all the synthetic man-made stuff. Then you have all the high fats and oils and high fats, let's put it the other way around. Oil's up 100% pure fat most of the time. Then you have the high proteins, the animal proteins especially. This stuff, it just makes the body into living cesspools. And it's addictive. And people will make all the justifications to continue to do these things. We all do that because it's convenient to keep doing what we're doing and not make any changes in our life. Just continue what we're doing, in pain, misery, and suffering. Just continue what we're doing and go look for the magic pill. Yep, doom, 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 doom. Every week there's a new magic pill, and I'm going to try it. It's going to get rid of this one day. It's going to get rid of all my pain and suffering. So I'm going to continue to search for those magic pills, and I'll keep treating myself until I find a cure-all, right? Or until science discovers the cure for everything. That's what we're waiting for. But meanwhile, we're living cesspools. The stench that comes off the human bodies is incredible. Incredible. The cleaner you eat and more fasting you do, the more your senses becomes very sensitive. They work perfectly and beautifully. And you can sense all kinds of stuff around you. So, and the times I choose to eat some higher protein stuff. The smell is incredible. It's like night and day difference. Stay on fruit, you don't get much odors at all. Get into vegetables, the high proteins, you're gonna get more smell, more odor, more stink. Even the greens, if you're doing a lot of greens, like look at the cattle, grazing the fields and farting away. That's the process, the greens, but they have the stomachs, plural, to process all that stuff. Um, greens are much more difficult for mankind to process versus fruit. You gotta be a fruity, be a fruity. It's so much nicer staying on fruit. So much nicer. There's no effort in being fruitarian, fasting lifestyle. And we use the herbs, highly elevated beans. And what are we doing with the herbs? We're doing tinctures, we're doing teas. We're not ingesting a whole lot of them in their in their form. We can, you can do some salads, you can throw some herbs in there and stuff. It's awesome. But the difference in digestibility is night and day from fruits, vegetables, and then from vegetables to um, the hard vegetables, like the leafy greens. Let's put leafy greens in one category, and then you put the hard vegetables, and I guess we can include root vegetables on that category, like broccoli, cauliflower, root vegetables, potatoes, sweet potatoes, et cetera, and all that stuff there. All the hardy stuff is almost impossible to digest, in its raw form or cooked. Of course, it's going to be easier to digest, but we have to deal with the matter state of the material, which is destructive levels, right? You look at the mass fast food spiral. Center's nothingness, then you have air, and then we have the cooked juices would probably be on the lowest level of obstruction, and then you have the fruit, and then and the herbs, the herbal tinctures, and so on and so forth, and the teas, and then you move out to eating the wild leafy greens, which would be the herb category, and then you have the man manipulated greens, leafy greens. They would come quite a distance from the wild stuff. And then you have the harder vegetables, and then we have we keep moving down the line. We have the high protein vegetables, which would include your legumes and your grains, and then we go into see that for some people they believe that the grains do more damage than the animal products. Now, you remember that animal products are high stimulants, so people feel great when they eat that stuff, right? Just like doing drugs, doing an injection. Oh yeah, that's why people will continue to do it. Grains, they have it depends who's eating them, but they're very inflammatory as they're going through us. So each person will have a different feeling towards the different foods, but anything away from fruit, we're dealing with higher obstructions, right? Everything away from fruit. So your legumes, your grains, what else is there in the vegetable kingdom? Um, nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds. You have some nuts and seeds, some are higher in protein than fat, some are higher in fat than protein. Nuts and seeds, very obstructive, especially when you eat too many nuts, you go nuts, right? But where exactly they are on the level of obstruction, they're obstructive, and we need to be careful on this stuff. Use sparingly or occasionally. These are not things we'd want to eat regularly. You know, um, olives are on the lower fat side, low to medium, I guess. And if you're an olive lover, olives are wonderful. I love olives. That's what I forgot to buy today, some olives. And you have, the wonderful animal products that carry all that karmic debt once we slaughter them. Doesn't matter if we slaughter them ourselves or somebody else slaughters them. And then we're ingesting. And because of our choice to ingest it, we carry the karmic debt. We reap what we sow. And also, the people doing the slaughtering are carrying the karmic debt. Just imagine the jobs in the slaughterhouse. Somebody's sole job is to take an animal's life, one after another. Don't you think that that affects people emotionally? And it does. If you do the research about people who work in these places, they go cuckoo. They don't live. They don't have long terms in these kind of jobs. It affects the soul. So yeah, we can eat it. We can justify it's all good for us and it makes us feel great. We can all justify that, and then all the karmic debt goes away, right? That's the way. That's the way it is. Because if it's written that you can eat it, then of course you can eat it. And so we don't have to worry about it. But growing up, we ate everything and anything. So pretty much, Italians, they ate all kinds of varieties of foods. Excuse me. They eat a whole array of fruits, vegetables, whole array of grains, and a whole array of animal products, right? From the sea, from the land. Italians eat all kinds of stuff. Uh, Not as much as some cultures. Some other cultures will eat all different types of animals. Italians are sticking to pork, beef, lamb, goat, rabbit, pigeons, chickens, some other fowl, I think, that would be on the menus. What else? Some frogs' legs, there's in certain parts of Italy. Am I missing anything? Horse, donkey, I'm sure I'm missing some stuff, but then you have other cultures will eat, dogs, cats, lizards, crocodile, whatever, anything that moves, snakes, um, insects, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Snails, Italians eat snails, and so growing up was interesting. My mother would make all kinds of different beautiful dishes. My mother was top-notch cook. She could have been a chef, no problem, top chef, because her cooking was outstanding. So growing up in a household with amazing food, you eat, and you eat, and you eat. Especially in an Italian house, you got to eat. Yeah, that's the way we grew up, just eating, and that couldn't leave the table until we finished the plate, right? Had to finish everything on our plate. That's just poor people suffering. I would never raise children like that. You just eat until you're satisfied, and if there's still food on your plate, that's okay. Do not ever force yourself to finish. But that program ran so deep into me, right? After all those years, it's a difficult thing to overcome. Not impossible. Everything can be overcome. You just have to uh, put the effort, make the choice, put the effort. So yeah. Anybody out there? Anybody have any questions? This living cesspool, that's where we started off with. Living cesspool. The stuff that purges out, master fasting is like no other. What people have purged out, all kinds of stuff. We've seen it all pretty much. All kinds. Yay, pow, yeah, pow. In China, they eat fake crabs, fake beef, fake snails. It's coming to the West. Don't worry. Oh, no, it's already here. Don't worry about that. I know. They have everything fake. It's incredible what they can come up with. Fake vegetables, fake fruit. Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. Fake eggs, fake rice, fake, fake, fake. We're living in a world of deception. If you haven't noticed, total, outright deception. We are going to be deceived in every direction possible. We will be deceived if we're not aware and paying attention. We will be deceived. We are being deceived in every direction. In everything that you can possibly think of, we're being deceived. Look at the way the things are made these days. You buy anything new, it doesn't last. Appliances, I've heard from so many people, you're lucky if you get 5 years of new appliances. I have a 35-year-old Maytag washer downstairs, washing machine for clothes, 35 years. Still going. I changed one part on it that failed, one part, and I changed belts. That's it, and it's still going. This is the way things used to be made. Used to. Nowadays, the mechanics that are working on newer cars, they say openly, don't buy used engines from the junkyard anymore. They're all junk. They're not rebuildable, the new engines. They're not rebuildable. What does that mean? Everything is built to throw away. It's insane. Planned obsolescence for more profit. Yep, 100%, George. But everything, engines are throwaway now. You know, before you can rebuild them many times over. Now you throw them away. It's just unreal. Just imagine if everybody had cars that would last their lifetime. How much less garbage we'd have on the planet. Yeah, you'd have the ones being taken out of service by accidents and so on and so forth. And that's it. The other ones would, if they were made to last, then you just keep servicing them and keep them running. I have 20-year-old, 20 plus year old vehicles. 20, was it 2002, 23-year-old now? And the other one's 20, 19 years old, though, almost 20 years old. It's I was Wednesday, I was stuck under one of the cars doing fuel lines. They're all rotted out, all rusted. The car's in beautiful shape, but the brake lines were rotted out. They were done, and the fuel lines were done this time. Pain in the ass doing that on the ground, I tell you that. Not fun, but yeah, I do most of the work myself because I don't like I just don't like the way things are done anymore. To get things done, up here in this part of the world, we uh, we like to get our cars oil sprayed, the body, which protects from rust. And I go in to get it sprayed, and then it drips for a couple of weeks, and then start doing some work on the car, and I'm noticing there's a bunch of spots that are completely missed. So you pay money, and they don't even do the job. So I went back, and they redid it. And then now today, the past few days I was working, I still found spots that were missed. Yeah. Joe, electric cars are a joke. Absolutely, 100% agree. And detriment to our environment and our society. Absolutely. They're a joke. It's look how many are burning down. I digress. Yeah, Joe, it's this is the way, like, the batteries that gone, throw away the car. It's too expensive to replace. What? Insane. Insane. Unless they can have batteries that, last a lifetime, shouldn't be able to market this stuff. Well, do like Tesla did. He didn't have any batteries. He was taking the energy from the universe to run his electric car. That's what needs to be done. Look, the way Tesla built things, last lifetime. The Niagara Falls power station is still running. It's all Tesla design. You got the the original ozone generator Tesla invented. Still works. It's over 100 years old. You have many things that built like tanks, man. This is the way things need to be built. Gino, please, what are your favorite juices to fast on? Have you tried chokeberries and chokeberries and chokeberry juice? Chokeberry. What's a chokeberry? I can't remember. My favorite is either the Concord grape or any dark grape. As long as it's dark grape is great. The Concord's got a beautiful flavor, but any grape is good. I never get sick of grape juice. And I like the black cherry. Oh yeah, those are my two pretty much favorites. Um, the Pomegranate's nice, but it's a little because of the tartness, it's a little tougher to get down a couple those 2 to 3 liters. So you want to be able to get your 2 to 3 liters in when you're doing master fast, right? That's what we need to ingest on our wet days. Chokeberry. If you send me a photo, I can see what it is. I can't remember. I've heard of them. There's another name for them, I believe. The berry juices are nice, like blueberry and stuff, but blackberry, they're really expensive. But you can mix, right? You can mix all your dark juices if you like. You can mix some pomegranate. You can mix in some cranberry. Cranberry is very tart, right? You can mix those in. Um, Watermelon is nice, but my favorites are those two I said, the dark grape and the black cherry. It's just wonderful flavor for me. Concord is absolutely delicious. Yeah, yeah. We put a couple of some vines in the backyard. How many we plant? Three. One died, and last year they produced tons of grapes. Hopefully this year we get some more grapes. It took 3 years 3 years before they started producing grapes. So now I don't know, we're in a fourth or fifth, I can't remember. The other name for chokeberry is aronia berry, famous for the astringency. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever tried that berry. No, yeah, that's the chokeberry. I've heard of them area, but I don't think I've tried it. But all the berry juices are beautiful. It's just they're very expensive, right? Because you got these little things to make all that juice. Or grapes, you have clusters of grapes, man. You can get clusters of grapes that grow 2 3 feet long, and then you juice them, you get gallons of grapes coming of juice coming out. you know and cherries, it grows on a tree, and you know it's get gallons of juice from cherries. You need all kinds of cherries. If you ever get a chance, please try it. You won't regret it. But I would argue even it's more aggressive than red beets. Hmm. I think there was people who've done the chokeberry, the aronia, from my memory, who've used it, or either mixtures. There's sometimes mixtures with that juice in it. We'll see if they have it around here, but yeah, I like all the berry. I like all the fruit. Anything, any ripe fruit. I'm I'm all for it. Any fruit. There's very few fruits that, like, I could say I dislike. I don't really know any fruits that I don't like. You know, the avocados, I stay away from them. But eating avocados is so addictive, right? That my body can't handle any avocados anymore. Raw Concord is said to have special properties. Yeah, everything raw's got to have special things and magic potions and lotions. We've heard those before, Joe. We've had many people who've done raw Concord grape juice fasts, and then master fasted with the all the pasteurized stuff and cooked the hell things that we use, and there's absolutely no comparison. Zero. You can't do night and day. Night and day. I don't care if it's raw or not. Eating raw Concord grapes, awesome, beautiful. When they're ready in the fall, we're gonna eat Concord grapes. Hopefully before the raccoons get them. and they love them. They just pig out them. I have a friend who's got some old vines, like from at least 50, 60 years ago. His father planted them, and last year he had a very poor crop because he didn't prune them. Now, I don't know what he will have this year, but yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, eat the Concord grapes when you're eating. They're awesome when they're in season. Over here, it's August, September time. You'll find them. The end of more the end of August. Yeah, they're special grape, all right. It's because they have their hybrid mixed with a wild strain, so they have the power of the wild plant, because the wild plants have um, a different level of power. You know, the proper word would be a different level of information. They're connected directly to the divine creator, as is everything, but their connection is much more solid when being wild, when it's wild, because it's designed directly from the divine creator. So Concord is a mixture, hybrid of wild strain in there. It's stronger than your sour cherry juice, and it's darkest color juice. I love Concord grapes, but to eat, especially how laxer the skin of a Concord grape is. And for Serbian, in Serbia, for Concord grapes, is derived from same word of the plant they make incense from. Hmm. Incense used in Christian rituals. Really interesting. Stronger, when you say stronger, as this taste stronger and what? How much more purging power do you think we need? If you're gonna do strong, go drink uh, what's it called, prune juice. You want strong, you're gonna be sitting on the toilet all the time. It's too much. I remember there was somebody who was drinking prune juice, and they weren't having that effect because they were so blocked up that even straight prune juice didn't get them to, purge 24/7. So yeah, when we're really locked up, it's we need to remove the obstructions that are causing the numbness of the functions of the bowels, and why they don't evacuate on their own. Sorry, I meant choke beer even stronger than Concord grape juice. Had 2 sips and the nausea and dizziness were overwhelming. Nausea and dizziness. I don't know. I don't get nausea and dizziness from drinking the juice. It's not from the juice. It's from stuff being stirred up. So anyways, there's nothing in the realm of MFS that um, wants us to go with stronger and stronger stuff. We have a system that we live it as a lifestyle, and that means that year after year, 9 years is a good start. Remember the term we use. So once you continue to do this, um, you're never going to worry about this stronger and more power, and so on and so forth, because the system, there's nothing that purges like master fasting, and it's the system. So whatever juices you have available, use whatever you have available. That's all we can say. We don't need to go looking for a Concord grape. We don't need to go looking for a chokeberry. Whatever's available from all the different juices that we have recommended, but hopefully you can find one that you're able to drink 2+ liters up to 3 liters max a day on your wet days. If we can't drink that down, don't be master fasting. It's because you're not following the protocol. We need to follow protocol. Exactly. Juice will definitely stir up some waste. Yeah. Well, yes, I drank chokeberry juice mixed in with my grape juice, but it took the chokeberry itself. But if I took the chokeberry itself, it was unbearable. Had the stinky runs in a few minutes. Yeah. Yeah, even the Concord grape juice does that to people. Somebody who's very plugged up, they drink some Concord grape juice and you know, they're moving their bowels in minutes. It's I've seen it happen many times. So any of the juices, people that are not used to taking in these types of juices, are mostly on animal products and grains and stuff like that. So you'll see that. George, do you recommend level 7 these days, or is it only for emergency situations? No, I love level 7. We need to be um, we need to be on the massive fast journey for a good couple of years of fasting and breaking the fast over and over and over again, so that we're emotionally ready when we want to enter into level 7. If you so this is the way it is, right? If we're living this lifestyle, level 7 is going to be part of your lifestyle. Every once in a while, you're going to jump in level 7, right? Um, between 3 and 5 is a great for most people, level 3 to 5. Some people want to be on level 6, which is 6 is very, very potent as well, just eating 1 day a week. Because when you're only eating 1 day a week, you're not going to be able to eat a lot. Because if you do, you're gonna suffer. Because we're switching from fields to matter, and it's very, very difficult change, as people know, or master fasting. So yeah, I recommend level 7 absolutely, but people need to be ready. We've um, had tens of thousands of people come through this group, tens of thousands over the last 9 years. Um, One thing I know for certain, it's not only not in the past 9 years, but since I started this journey from 1990 till now, is we as mankind, we lie to ourselves all the time. We lie, and we continually lie, and we lie to other people. And that's what my experience has been. Nothing has changed. It's only gotten worse. So the few of the few who are going to actually live the lifestyle and be able to um, jump into level 7 and take full responsibility of when all the imbalances come to the surface. Emotionally, we need to be ready for that. And this is why the levels make us adapt and practice fasting, breaking the fast over and over and over. So we know what it feels like psychologically, physically, mentally, because that's, as the saying goes, any man can fast, but it takes a wise man to break a fast. And breaking the fast is where we all fail. So that's where we need to practice the most. So we need to be careful, right? At level 7, yeah, George, you've been here a while. and you've dwelled in level 7, I believe. And anytime, if you're eating clean, minimal, and you're regularly fasting, jumping into level 7 for a while and going back down, and it's not a problem. Place in New York, Cortland makes fresh pressed raw Concord grape cheese. Yeah, nice. Make it home and cook it. Uh, George, yeah, I'm usually on level 2 or 3 as my standard, but challenges come up all the time. Emotions are challenging and sometimes scary. Yeah, yeah. You can jump into level 7 whenever you've been here a while. So if you're doing level 2 and 3, it's awesome, awesome. Like we say, some people like doing on the week-to-week basis, some people bi-weekly, some people on a monthly basis. But we need to be in there somewhere. If we're doing it every once a year, we're not living it. We're not living it. It's a fasting lifestyles, regular fasting, minimum on a monthly basis. So I know there's one of the old MFSers is doing like 9 days a month, and that's what they love. So it's awesome. Yeah, life happens, George, right? Life happens. I went through major, major emotional challenges to take care of my ill mother. It was the most difficult time in my life. It completely um, changed me for the better, of course, but the experience was tremendously, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Tremendously exaggerated in all levels of emotions. Everybody, everybody handles their emotions differently with, you know, ill people and then death. So um, life happens. It aged me 10 years. Um, Gino, do you think, oh, wait a minute. I remember when you were trying to help her with your issues at some point. Yes. No, she passed away a couple of years almost now. Yeah, passed away. Yeah. 84. She just turned 84 and then she left. We miss both my parents dearly. So, hey pal, Gino, do you think that what makes a wise faster is the reason and motivation for fasting in the first place? And I guess for you, the reason for fasting is balance. Can you share more? How does balance look for you? Um, I don't think it's important what I do, you pal. I've been sharing my journey for 9 years on here, and as people assume different things and so on and so forth. Um, what does balance look like for me? Balance for me, I've always liked the longer fast. I love the dry fast. So, I don't like putting things in people's head because people don't listen to um, the wisdom behind what Master Fast is. How do we know that? Because we've guided tens of thousands of people, and all the people who got in trouble are the ones who just didn't bother listening to what we had to say. So throwing out different ideas and stuff, which I have done in the past, I don't want to do it anymore. Um, it's just for for as I mentioned earlier, um, we mankind, we're not true to ourselves anymore. We live in a fake world. Everything's fake, as you mentioned there. What's coming from China, it's already here. The fakeness is everywhere. Nothing's real. Everything's a lie. And the only truth is, our divine creator. And you can look in nature, and there's truth in nature. Look at the stars, there's truth in the stars, the planets. When it comes to mankind, I don't know. There's few people I can trust. Few, very few. Um, so balance is finding what you can do on a day-to-day basis that falls in line with the Massive S protocol, but that you can fall in love with. So if it's only a couple days a week that you can fast, if it's a few days a month, if that's what it is for you, if you can live it and love it that way, okay. If if we want to move in the journey path to balance, the minimum that I see is you have 1 week, you have a midway point, right? 7 days, so 3.5 days. We need to be really at around that 3.5 day mark. A little less if you're really clean, minimal eater, and you're going to need more days of fasting if you're not a clean, minimal eater. To be on a continual de-obstructive state. What do I mean by that? We're accumulating obstructions all the time. Just sitting here, we're accumulating obstructions. So when we're in a fasting state, we're in the elimination state, purging state. And that's how we're releasing the things that we're accumulating. So we need to have that point where we're not accumulating, we're more on the purging side than we are accumulating. Because if we're continuously accumulating, we're going to end up like everybody else, fat, sick, tired, and miserable. And we see what's going on around the world in the last few years. How many people are ill? How many people are dropping dead? Lifestyle choices. Trust the white jackets. That's what you get. They used to be the third leading cause of death. Now they're the first leading cause of death from everything they've done in the last few years. Pushing stuff on people. Forcing people. So we're dealing with all the repercussions. And every day I hear, I'm just after speaking to a friend, his nephew dropped dead in his 30s. Of course, they all lined up. And another friend that we grew up with dropped dead a few days ago. And it just goes on and on and on. George, 84 is not bad. My mom passed 50. Wow, it's young, 58. 84 is young. We should all be centurions, minimum. I have an uncle who's turning 102. It's a great uncle in Italy. And within the next couple of weeks, next month is his birthday. I think it's the beginning of June. So 102. Those strong genetics are what keeps people going. The love of life, the love of this planet, the love of the divine creator. These are all very important things. The sense of being having purpose in life and being loved, these are going to um, help us live a long life. Being responsible for ourselves, not pointing fingers at everybody for our problems. We face the challenges head on. You know, look at the 5 blue zones. They're very clear what longevity is about. So, you know, with the knowledge we have in Master Fast and what's happening in the blue zones, then the first thing we should all be doing is worshiping our divine creator. That's number one. And number two is we need to have a strong family tie. The food, you know, it's not the important thing. We've talked about that many times, but we want to enjoy ourselves when we eat. We love eating, but we love fasting way more. That's the Master Fast saying. So, you know, we want to eat clean, minimal, but the other things are much more important than the food itself. You know, if people have those and they're eating some animal flesh, which some four of the 5 blue zones do, you're gonna have a long, beautiful life. You know, there's people over 100 years old. They're reading. They don't have any glasses. You know, I've shared how I damaged my eyes to eating high fats and sun gazing. 1 minute, perfect vision. Next minute, gone. Listening to people. Listening to people. I'm not an expert in fasting, but for me, fasting is about spiritual enlightenment. What did I just say? Number one thing is the divine creator. But it's just one of the tools to become closer to the source. This is how I've seen it always, and I would never fast without meditation. God bless us all. It's spiritual, first and foremost journey, right? This is what we've always talked about. And most people miss the boat. They're focusing on the physical and the parasites and everything physical, physical, physical. Strong relationship with the Creator, strong relationship with our family and friends. Very important. Very important. And hopefully we're hanging around with people who have the same ideas, ideals. You know, if you're hanging around with junkies, you more than likely become a junkie, unless you have a very strong posture and position and belief that nothing will ever move you. But you know, as I said, life happens. We don't know what will be thrown at us that can completely change everything, which has happened to me. So um, now we can focus on the season change that's coming up. Because what are we focusing on Master Fasting? We're focusing on the dry fast schedules, right? The dry fast schedules is where we put all our focus on in preparing for them, during them, and coming out of them. That's Master Fasting. The glorified dry fast, that's Master Fasting. So keep meditating, keep praying, and live it and love it. And watch how your lives, our lives, become transformed. We've seen so many amazing, jaw-dropping transformations in the last 9+ years. Like, it's just like, wow. And can you imagine, we had all these tens of thousands of people continually master fasting part of their life. My goodness gracious, you know. So I don't even have an estimate how many people came through the group. It's got to be easy 50, 60,000, and we've been censored since the second year on Facebook, heavily censored. Um, hey, it is what it is. We're still getting censored, especially the last few years, what they've done. YouTube's removed quite a few videos. Um, that's why we don't get into discussing the other stuff. Is we're discussing how to take care of challenges. Anyway, been a long day. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going through something with my throat area. I want to get your opinion. Voice box, mucus, thyroid. What do you have? What's going on? It's always related to the GI tract, George, and emotionally. So there's something you're having problems speaking your mind or asking questions. Yeah, voice box here. Lots of mucus draining for 2 weeks, causing only sore throats, painful to touch. Yeah, you can do castor oil packs. You can do cayenne on the thyroid to help stimulate it to start working. But I got to clear out the lymph's backed up. Anytime we have pain, there's lymph backed up. Anytime there's lymph backed up, the bowels are backed up. And when the bowels are backed up, the kidneys are backed up and everything else. So everything's tied. So we can't work on one thing like they say, oh, fix this problem, take one mineral. And we work on the whole thing. So what do, George? We step it up a notch, get ready for your dry fast. It can be started, within the next week. By the end of next week and just start dry fasting. So plan it out. Going for a longer one, prepare for it, plan for how to come out of it, and just make it happen. Um, things going around is what people say. Things are not going around. Things have always been going around, but it's all the fields that are going around and what our belief systems. Our belief systems is what creates our reality, our physicality. So we need to make the choice, right? We need to make the choice. Um, we have the lung tea. It can help. We have the burn stick, massage the area. Burn stick, massage the area. It's a very sensitive area here. Yeah, no sorry, George. I'm okay. I'm just tired. Been doing a lot of work last few days in the car and stuff. So yeah, just stay on it. Extra washing the colon, of course. Get flushing. Stay off the foods. Get into go to level 7 for a couple of weeks if you like, and then go into a dry fast. The season change, and then plan to come out of it very good. And away we go. And you'll clear it all out. Just a matter of time. We always, when we're stressed out, we're reaching for more obstructive foods, and then we start feeling, anytime I have a little bit of grains, I can feel it big time, man. It's just my body, fats, grains and fats, like they really bother me. The high proteins as well, but the fats are the worst for me, you know, grains, proteins. Depends if I overdo it with a lot of protein, right away kidney pains. Protein, grains equals pains, as well as proteins and fats. And the fats is the biggest culprit, which plugs up the system, the physical system. How can people consider fats being food, like oils? These are food. They're not foods. We've been duped. True food is from the divine creator. That's what real food is. There's no physicality in real food. Fruit is the closest thing that to the plasma. You got the seed, toss it and replant it and keep it going. So with that said, I will call it a night. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep living it, keep loving it, keep reading the protocol over and over, go over the tools, and let it happen. Ciao. Send plaf to everybody.